Hello guys and welcome to Full Frontal Nerdity. Today we're going to be looking at MikroTik Hotspot with Userman support. First thing that you'll need to do is to find out if your MikroTik has Userman installed. How to do that is just connect to your MikroTik, go to System, Packages, and just see if it's there. As you can see, mine does not have it at the moment. So the easiest way is just to go to MikroTik's website. Make sure you've got your right MikroTik selected. As I'm using a 900 series MikroTik, click on Extra Packages and download it. As you can see, I already did that. And I've extracted it as well. Select everything that's inside that folder and copy it onto your MikroTik's files, like that. This might take a while. I might skip a bit on this. As you can see, it's done copying all the data on there. All the files was copied into the files. And now you just do a system reboot. The reboot will install the new OS that is currently in the files. Okay, and now that it's done rebooting, we can just connect to the MikroTik again. As you can see, the MikroTik was updated to the latest software. And then go back to System, Packages, and as you can see, all the MikroTik OS packages, including Userman, is on the MikroTik now. As I said at the beginning, we're going to include Userman in the Hotspot installation. Okay, first things first, you need to get internet onto the MikroTik. Go to, well, in my case, I've got a dhcp server that's providing internet on one of the Ethernets. So I'm going to set up a dhcp client on my Ethernet 1. And I got an IP address. Just make sure that the internet is working by pinging something like Google. As you can see, it's responding. That means we've got internet. Next thing that you have to do is setting up the IP address range for your hotspot. I'm going to be using 192.168.11.254 as my default gateway, /24, just to give it the full range. And that's going to be on my wireless interface, as the hotspot's going to be running on the wireless. The next thing is you'll have to set up the wireless. We'll have to go on to wireless, set it up as an access point, and I'm just going to call this one FFN, as this is just for demonstration purposes for my channel. Now that the API is running, you'll also see that the IP address went black. That means everything is fine and up and running. The next thing that we'll have to do is run the hotspot setup. Go to IP hotspot, hotspot setup, and then select the interface, which in my case is the wireless LAN interface. Go next. Yes, that's the right network. It's the right pool. We're not going to be using certificates. Okay, SMTP, I've got a local SMTP server that I'm going to be using, that I have available on my network. And then next, DNS servers, I've got local DNS as well. You don't need to enter DNS name. Always, just to test the hotspot, we set up a admin account, which we will remove later on. Otherwise, that is a vulnerability in your hotspot setup. As you can see, the hotspot setup was successful. The next thing that we're going to do is set up a radius server. First, we have to go to IP hotspot, your hotspot profile. and then say radius, use radius. The radius is going to be the userman that we're going to be using. The next thing that we have to do is set up a not natted IP address. Your IP addresses, select one of your, select an IP address. I'm going to use 192.168.12.1 and I'm going to put it on Ethernet 2. If you don't have any open Ethernets that you can use, you can also go to interfaces and just create a bridge. A bridge interface you can use as a loopback interface. Now that that is done, we must set up a radius server. Go to radius, add the server, select hotspot. The IP address that we've used was 192.168.12.1. The secret, I'm going to use FFN, and that's it. You got your radius set up. The next thing that you'll have to do is, as Userman is not a default package for MikroTik, you'll have to enter the next step in the command line. The only thing that you have to do still is add a user for your Userman. You can do that by typing tools, Userman customer, add login, and then your login name in quotation marks, password, your password equals in quotation marks, and then the permission will be owner. I'll leave the code in the description. I'm just going to copy paste it as I set it up previously. There you can see it's tools, Userman, customer, add, login is going to be FFN for me, password is also going to be FFN, and the permission is going to be owner. It accepted that. Now that is basically it. Now it's set up. The first thing that we'll have to do is add users on Userman. What you'll have to do is open a browser, go to the IP address that you got on your internet interface previously. And then /Userman. This is the Userman interface. The first thing that you'll have to do is log into it. I'm logged in. And then add a router. Okay, add your router, which is going to be, in my case, FFN, and then the same IP address, which is going to be 192.168.12.1. The secret was FFN, and then just go add. And then activate your router by enabling it. The next thing that you'll have to do is set up limitations underneath profiles. So the first thing that you'd like to do is a profile. Say you want to give someone a 1 gig package or whatever you, in your case, maybe name it correctly. The profile, the name for users, I normally leave empty, and then I just add a limitation, a new limitation, 1 gigabyte upload, 1 gigabyte download, and then 1 gigabyte transfer in total. The time, we normally don't work in time, so it doesn't matter. Add the limitation, and now you can go users and then add a user, which is going to be 1 user, and it's going to only be test and FFN. Add it. Remember to enable your user. And that's about it. After that, you can test your hotspot just to see if it's working. If it's not working, then you did something wrong, and just go back on the video and just watch it again. I'm going to show you now to log into the Userman. It's really not that difficult. See you in a couple. Okay, and we're back. I just had to disconnect my Ethernet controller, so now that I can go onto my wireless, click on wireless, connect to your hotspot. connect, and it will automatically prompt you to log in. My username was test, and my password was FFN for full frontal nerdity. And there you have it. I'm logged in. If I need to log out, I just simply click on the log off page. And as you can see, everything else is working. No problems. That's it all for now, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you like this. Any questions, just comment on the video. I will reply. Thank you very much, and have a good one.